Gateshead arguably could have been sat here with at very least 7 points from 9. Ebbsfleet sat in the playoffs, admittedly, after only 3 games. But I think both clubs would be reasonably pleased with the start that they made. But obviously that has to continue into today.
Well, I'm going to start again for our audio listeners. They got all of Mark's little bit of content there, but we didn't have it actually on. Let's see, it's first season jittery nerves here on the Heed Army podcast. Of course, we missed the Bournemouth game due to COVID. Apologies on that, but welcome to Gateshead National Stadium. And we did have a little bit of a service announcement just before we started, and we're going to say that again. It isn't working on Facebook Live, so if anyone could go on the Heed Army page on group even on Facebook and let people know that it is only available on YouTube here this afternoon. Technical glitch, we don't know what it is, but if you could do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. But my name's David Gaddis. I'm here with Mark Carruthers. We're just building up to the game. We've just seen that it was very different circumstances here. Of course, protests in the game against Ebbsfleet the last time the teams met. A 1-1 draw. John Mellish on the score sheet, if I remember right. And say both clubs are a little bit of redemption at the moment, Mark. They've went down, they've come back up, and both have not a bad start to the season.
Yeah, Gateshead arguably could have been, very least 7 from 9. Possibly should have been at very least 7 from 9. Really good 45 minutes to an hour against Bournemouth, first day of the season here. Didn't really look incisive enough. At Hartlepool, got punished for not really taking risks. I think in the final third it was a little bit too safe. And then you look at Dagenham on Tuesday night, a great result, travelling down there on the long journey, long day, not ideal aftermath either, with the bus breaking down, but got the win. So very much a mixed start for Gateshead, but a positive one, I think anyway. And then you look at Ebbsfleet, first season back in the National League, and coming in with a bit of momentum in the build on it, 7 points from 9 in the playoff spots at the moment. And it's a tough test for Gateshead today. A few players out as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how they get on.
Well, Gateshead do have a continental feel the way they play. They like to pass the ball around the back and build from the back, like European super clubs. But Ebbsfleet have a European feel as well. They have a continental manager. They've got a German manager who is, he's rebuilt the club, hasn't he? I mean, I know he went down with them in his first season, but he's installed what he wanted to do, and it's paying dividends so far.
Yeah, Dennis done a great job down there. I speak to a lot of my colleagues at the non-league paper, and quite regularly last season there were people talking about the brand of football, about the style he's imposed there, about the fact he's got a lot of positivity going around the playing staff and the supporters, and a very highly rated manager, and he'll be wanting to get a win up here to continue that positive start. The first aim for any newly promoted team, as we found last season, is to stay in the league. I don't think any team coming up at the National League North or South think that they can go and win the league. It is all about getting those points on the board and then see where you can go from there. And I think that'll be exactly the same here. I think with Ebbsfleet, they'll want to get to that. I think we normally say 50 points, don't we? Get to that 50-point mark and then build on there.
I just turned there and someone's backside in my face. Got a bit of a shock.
Sorry, Dave.
We do have the team sheet here in front of us. I'll go through the Ebbsfleet team first. It's Mark Cousins in goal. Luke O'Neill, Josh Wright. Well, is that the brother of Mark Wright, the celebrity? Jack Wakely, Darren McQueen, Dom Polion, Greg Kundle. We have Franklin Domi, Toby Edster, and Billy Clifford, and the captain is Chris Solly. On the bench is Us Cisse, Ben Chapman, David Amu, Shaquille Colthurst, and Hayden Hollis. Gateshead, though, this is how they line up this afternoon. It's unchanged from midweek. It's Archie Mayer in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Kenton Richardson, Louis Story at the back, Jordan Hunter, Luke Hannant, Ed Francis, who's wearing the captain armband today in the absence of Greg Ollie. It's Regan Booty, Stephen Wern, Conor McBride, and Marcus Denanga. On the bench, we've got a player for every position. We've got Rob Elliott in goal, Tom Allen, who of course can play up front or in midfield. We've got Aidan Rutledge and Billy Chadwick, and we have Carl Magny as well, who can play in a number of positions. So, Mark, strong bench there. Say if anything does happen, the injuries and the tactical change, it's a nice thing to have, because in years gone by, Gateshead, although they've done very well, have maybe lacked that little bit of strength and depth.
I think when you consider who's not on the bench,
Yeah,
Connor Planny, Greg Ollie,
Whelan.
Callum Whelan. It just shows you the strength and depth there is. I'm fairly certain there's others who are missing as well, but it's something that Gateshead are going to need this season if they're going to compete across a number of fronts. They are going to have to use every player. Some may have to wait until the FA Cup or the FA Trophy to get their chance, but I'm sure that'll come. People like Ollie Thompson as well, we shouldn't forget. Ollie's obviously in and around the squad, just a young lad, did well last season, did well pre-season. So there are going to be changes throughout the season, but it doesn't surprise me that Mike has stuck with the side that won at Dagenham. I think as well, it's possibly just coming a little bit too early for Greg Ollie and Colin Whelan, but I'm sure they'll be back next Saturday against Woking here.
It certainly is. And if you're new to the Heat Army podcast and the National League streaming service, you can comment on this stream. Send us a message on the Facebook stream. We're on Facebook next this afternoon. It's not working. On the YouTube.
Dave. You said that 3
I know. On the YouTube channel, you can send us a message and we can read it out. Let us know where you're listening and watching from. And also, if you're new to the Heat Army podcast, you can join us Thursday evenings, 8 p.m. And we'd love to have you. It's all full-on debate. This glorious man next to me, Mark Carruthers, often makes an appearance and puts us right. And we also speak to away fans as well and players from time to time. So if you'd like to have your say on your club, please do join us. And also it's open to Ebbsfleet fans if you'd like to comment on this game as well. We'd love to join you. And last week we did have a quiz where Mickey and Steely went against each other, an AI challenge on pictures. And we also had a baby puffin live on the show. Where else do you get that on a football podcast, I ask Mark?
Well, you could have talked about chocolate Nutella brownies today.
We could have. There is a little bit of a chocolate,
There's an
a brownie gate. There's an atmosphere. There's a little bit of frostiness here between me and Mark, and it's not the frosting on his brownies as well. He baked some, brought them, and with his beautiful daughter. Unfortunately, I'm stuck on a diet, and
shunned.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to go home and tell my 4-year-old that you threw them back in my face.
Although we did manage to give one to the BBC commentator and to Newcastle United ladies player Charlotte Potts as well, who did endorse them very much so. So you can message us. People are doing that now. We've got one here from Andy. He's what the Heat listening in Cayman. Is that the Cayman Islands? Well, I'm sure he'll let us know. But keep their messages coming in, and we've got another one here from Sean Parry. It's good afternoon, lads. Come on, the Heat. And, it's the Heat versus the Fleet here at Gateshead International Stadium. National League action here on National League TV streaming service and on the Heat Army podcast. So thank you for joining us. If you joined us early, tell your friends, let them know that the game is on. You can still have time if you want to watch it and purchase it wherever you are in the world. And, of course, you can sit back, relax, have a cup of tea or coffee, whatever your beverage of choice is. Sit back and enjoy this game because it should be a very good test between two good footballing sides here. And we mentioned before when the sound was off by mistake, the weather conditions are pretty good. It's hot enough for now. Yeah, it's hot enough for now. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's died down. It's overcast. It's not too hot for the players to be running around. It's going to be a perfect afternoon on a perfect pitch, may I add. It looks absolutely glorious here on Tyneside. And it's all set for us to go. And if you're just joining us, my name's David Gaddis. I'm here with Mark Carruthers, and we will be bringing you full match commentary here in this National League fixture.
The players might have been out by now.
Yeah, it was
2 minutes and 3.
Yeah, well, we will be waiting the players to come out momentarily. The Tyne Weir stand has filled up quite rapidly in the last 20 minutes, both to our left and the right. And there's a fantastic away contingent as well from Ebbsfleet. I would hazard a guess. On the low end, I would say 50, but there looks like there could be more. I did see quite a few outside of the stadium when I was arriving here earlier on. But Mike and Ian Watson, Mike and Ian Watson, Mike Williamson, the manager and assistant manager, come out with a nice round of applause from the Tyne Weir stand, and we expect the players to come out momentarily. And it should be a fantastic test here this afternoon. Just before we go any further, a big thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and our partners, Patrick Team Sports, where as well, because without them, we wouldn't be able to bring you these commentaries And also as well, a big thank you to the National League's TV streaming service for giving us this platform. But the teams are all coming out here now. Ed Francis leads out his Gateshead side, and this is how they line up to this afternoon. It's Archie Mayer in goal, Robbie Tinkler, Kenton Richardson, Louis Story, Jordan Hunter, Luke Hannant, captained by Ed Francis in the absence of Greg Ollie, Stephen Wern, Conor McBride, and Marcus Dinanga. On the bench for Gateshead, it's Rob Elliott, Tom Allen, Aidan Rutledge, Billy Chadwick, and Carl Magny. For the visitors, who are all in red with white shorts, Mark Cousins in goal, Luke O'Neill, Josh Wright, Jack Wakely, Darren McQueen, Dom Pollion, Greg Cundle, Franklin Dummy, Toby Edser, Billy Clifford, and Chris Solly is the captain, wearing number 20. Usisi, Ben Chapman, David Amu, Shaquille Colhurst, and Hayden Hollis make up the bench for the visitors. And we are moments away from kickoff, and we should have a great game on our hands here. And I'm sure, as ever, here at Gateshead International Stadium, it's always a good advertisement for National League football, and we hope that you enjoy this afternoon's fare.
I do wonder if we may have a minute's silence. There was a loss at Ebbsfleet in recent days. Peter Danzy, key figure at the club, passed away, I think it was on Thursday. So I do wonder if they are wearing black armbands.
I was just about to say that, just looking out on the pitch, Ebbsfleet are wearing black armbands here, and we'll see if we're going to have a minute's silence where players are just around at the moment. I think the referee's calling the captains together. Of course, for our audio listeners, Gateshead in their white and black tops with the swirl inspired by the angel on them, black shorts and socks, and Ebbsfleet in a lovely red. It's a striking red strip with white shorts, and I think that's probably the most luminous goalkeeper strip I've ever seen for Ebbsfleet there. You've seen it, that's bright orange. And Archie Mayer all in dashing pink.
I don't think we are.
Doesn't look like it. Might be a case.
Nope, that'll be a no then.
Nope. Well, Gateshead are shooting towards the River Tyne end, and Ebbsfleet towards Felon. But we do pass on our condolences to everybody at Ebbsfleet for their loss this past week. The locals are starting to get in fine voice. And we've got Liv listening in from the Highlands. And there we go. Someone's asked, what's happened to the fan cam? Well, the more things you add, the harder it gets to keep everything going. But we're underway now. There's Robbie Tinkler, who's playing on the left side of the back three. Carries the ball forward. Stops and plays it across the defence to Kenton Richardson, who will be looking to continue his form of last season. Hopefully he might get another England C call-up if he can put in the performances. He receives the ball back and plays a crossfield ball to Robbie Tinkler, who just became a father again in the past week or so, as he just wins a free kick there. Free kick about 45 yards out, left of centre.
You're going to mention Stephen Wern's boots?
Stephen Wern has a very... I know I said it was a dashing pink on Archie Mayer's strip, but they are pungent pink, would be the way I would describe those.
It's one word you could use. Sorry, is it?
Well, free kick here, and Francis and Wern stand over it. It's a short one given to Wern. Wern plays it to... It's played over the top, and can Story get the ball back? Oh, sorry, it isn't. It's Booty. Booty wins the ball back. Poor pass. Francis, under pressure, gets it back to Booty. And Francis was appealing for a late challenge there, but Gateshead still in possession. As Kent Richardson carries the ball forward across the halfway line. Looks up, he's got space to run into. Still going, plays it across to Hannant, making his second home debut. Plays it down the line to Booty. Booty back to Tinkler. I think I may have had that wrong. Did he come on against Boreham Wood?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it could potentially be his second home debut, but
also.
Returning to the club.
It's definitely his first stop.
Yeah. Scorer of two fantastic goals, but Kenton Richardson now carries the ball and lays it out to the far side to Hunter. Inside. Kent Richardson got the ball back from McBride. Hunter's just offside there, but McBride has the ball. Plays it across. Oh, Wern, lovely touch to stop it dead. But can he get space? Edge of the box. Lays it off to Denanga. Denanga turns. 2 red shirts there, and Hunter goes for one. But now Wern gets on the edge of the box. It's spinning round like a pinball. Gets a shot off, deflected up in the air. Cleared by Ebbsfleet, but only as far as Robbie Tinkler, who manages to get it to Booty. Now, Gateshead enjoying an early spell of possession here. Kenton inside his own half, just enters the centre circle. Plays it across to Robbie Tinkler. Ebbsfleet content to sit back with a back 6 at the moment. It looks like they're wanting to soak up any pressure that comes from Gateshead. It's a very deep line there. Coolden though. Tinkler has space to run into. Lays it out to Hannon. Too much on it. Be a miracle if you can keep it in, and out it goes for a goal kick.
Do you know what? I think you could have a shot there.
I think he probably could have.
Approaching the edge of the area, and it's kind of opened up for him, and I think he's just got to let one go there.
Well, on Tuesday night away to Dagenham, they did a high press on Gateshead. They didn't want them to have much time on the ball. It did work for the opening 25 minutes, although Gateshead did look a little bit leggy off a full day on a coach. But at the moment, Ebbsfleet very happy to sit deep at the moment. Gateshead build again. It's too much space for Robbie Tinkler to go into. That's very strange to see, but Hannant tries to play it inside, deflected, and Ebbsfleet can now try and pass it out of trouble, but they pass it back to Nanga, chasing down goalkeeper Cousins, had to play it out, and they managed to come away with the ball. Ebbsfleet does look like they're set up a counter-attack football, but Gateshead try and get the ball forward, brought down by Josh Wright. Gateshead win the ball back though. Oh, and now on the break as Edster has the ball. Laid it off. Oh, good tackle there. And Gateshead can just sweep up at the back. And Hannant plays it across the back to Kenton. And now Jordan Hunter has space to run into. Not many targets though. He's got 3 up with him. But there's a lot of red shirts. Wern screaming for the ball. He was in acres there, but the pass wasn't on. Kent Richardson has space to walk into. Yards gives it to Wern. Hannant, left-hand side to Nanga in the middle. Kent Richardson playing like a midfielder. Here goes for his shot from distance. Deflection hasn't been cleared yet, though. As now Kent Richardson gets it back, goes for a second bite of the apple. Deflected! Oh, bounces over the goalkeeper. And Kenton Richardson, well, he's showing the strikers how it's done. 1-0 to Gateshead.
Yeah, I think Ebbsfleet will be not overly happy with how that goal's come about. Just caught by heavy pressure from Gateshead. Really should have just cleared it. I know teams like to play out from the back, but they've just messed on with the ball on the edge of the box. It's been nicked. It's took a deflection as well.
They give themselves no opportunity for transition. Ebbsfleet sat so deep, and the wingers and the wing backs just stayed deep as well. There was no options for that, and Gateshead managed to apply pressure, win it back. And Kent Richardson, who looked like he might have scored with his first effort, scores with the second. 6 minutes gone, 1-0 to Gateshead.
Yeah, perfect start for Gateshead. And have looked bright. They've looked very bright in this first 5 minutes, much like they did in the last home game. But they've now got to build on it.
Gateshead applying the pressure here and wins the tackle, but Ebbsfleet can clear the ball. They go along with this one. Archimere comes out, no nonsense, clears the ball up the pitch. And Wern is going to try and go in the aerial battle for this. It has went out. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving there, but now it is going to be Wakely. It's across to the far side. Just seeing a little bit more enthusiasm and urgency from Ebbsfleet now moving the ball.
It's great energy from Gateshead, by the way.
Solly plays the ball forward. Solly gets the ball back. Nice bit of movement with the ball. It's coming down the right-hand side now, and Tinkler's going to win possession. Booty plays it back to Hannant. Just going back to Tuesday night. 2 very similar finishes, but very well taken. Had the goalkeeper at full stretch, and he was still 2 yards away from getting anywhere near it. That's nice footwork from McBride. McBride plays the ball through. It's going to get through to Hunter, right-hand side of the box. Can he put a delivery in? He can, and oh, it's been cleared on the far side by O'Neill, and it's a throw-in.
Always going to get that from Jordan Hunter, getting down and getting balls into the box. Chance getting in here as well.
Cross comes in.
Good ball.
Hannon towards the back post and goes out for a corner.
Really good start, this. Really good start from Gateshead.
Well, we've got a message from Andy Allen, and he's put, what a start. Pressure makes the difference. Well, the urgency has been the difference so far from Gateshead. We await Stephen Wern to take this corner on the left-hand side.
Short one's on.
Does get it short to McBride. McBride has the ball at his feet, gives it to Wern. Wern, bit of trickery, still has the ball. Oh, and, well, it didn't come off, and out it goes for a throw-in to Ebbsfleet United. And if you're just joining us, it is 1-0 to Gateshead. Kent Richardson with a strike from the edge of the box. Bounced over the goalkeeper and into the back of the net.
That's out. That's gone out.
Well,
let's see from here it went out.
Surely that ball, well, linesman's let it go, and now Gateshead win the ball back, put it over the top though, and that is out for a throw-in this time. Well, now Ebbsfleet play from the back. Solly has the ball, has to play it back to Cousins. Cousins under pressure. Laid it off though, and ball played out from Clifford across the defence. Now they can carry the ball forward. Wood left-hand side with the ball. First time they've really ventured high up the pitch in numbers. Crossfield ball to O'Neill. O'Neill does have McQueen, who he uses now, up against Hannant. Driving forward McQueen, but Hannant stuck to him like glue, and he lost his balance. And now Hannant can come away with the ball, gives it to Wern. Wern, oh, cynical foul there from Edsa, very late. Free kick to Gateshead. Well, Tinkler stands over it. Short free kick. Apologies, we didn't have the score on the screen in our YouTube feed, but that is about to be rectified. There we go. Kent Richardson, the goal scorer, plays a lovely ball round the player to Tinkler, who can bring it forward, plays it down the line to Hannant, back to Tinkler. Ball back to Richardson on the far side.
Bring it forward again.
He's got too much room to bring it forward from an Ebbsfleet perspective. From Gateshead, it's enjoyable. But Hunter at the moment cuts inside, gives it to McBride. McBride looking for support, puts it out to Richardson, who puts the delivery in. It's deflected. Denanga brings it down. Good defending. O'Neill just took it away from his toes there, and he had to. But Ebbsfleet need to clear their lines, and they have done. Can they keep it going forward on the counter-attack now? Ebbsfleet, they've got 3 on 4. McQueen is on the right-hand side here, gets the ball. Now, can he whip a delivery? And he does have the support around him, cuts inside of it, lays it off. Gateshead, appeals for a penalty there. There's a slight push in the back. More of a coming together. But Ebbsfleet now high up the pitch in numbers. Gateshead are back in defence. Out goes for a throw.
Yeah, Gateshead almost getting caught out there. I can see why they've appealed for a penalty, if I'm honest, because it did look like there was a little bit of a trip, but referees are a lot closer than we are.
It certainly is. Well, we're ball into the box. It's been laid off, and now Ebbsfleet laid across as well again to Edsa. Edsa has to turn round.
Did not fancy that in his left foot, though, did he?
He didn't at all, but still in possession. This is better from Ebbsfleet as Wakely tries to go down for the overlap, and the ball has been put out of play on the far side next to the corner flag for an Ebbsfleet throw.
Yeah, much better from the visitors there, wasn't it? Nice and controlled passing, good movement, and they're still on the front foot.
Well, Gateshead are playing with a back 5 with 3 centre backs, 2 wing backs. Someone's asking what the formation is, with 3 in midfield, and then the other players up the top. But the corner on the far side, there's going to be Josh Wright that takes this. A lot of action towards the near post here. They're all huddled in. It's going to come in tight as it does. Archie Mayer tries to fist it away. Only as far as Hannant. The shot comes in. Body's in front of it. And Gateshead can now clear their lines as Hannant gets himself on the right-hand side and wins a throw-in.
Can't quite see who it is, but that was an unbelievable. Was it Robin Tinkler?
Yeah.
Unbelievable block there.
Threw his body in front of the ball. But the delivery was a really dangerous one, especially with the way they had huddled up the Ebbsfleet players.
Couple of big units in the absolute side, isn't there? And you'd imagine that'll be a feature of the game, that delivery in swing.
I mean, this might sound like a silly comment, but it seemed like a fair way to block a goalkeeper, didn't it? They knew what they were doing. It was never going to be a foul, but they made life very hard for him to get anywhere near that. Well played. This ball comes across to Tinkler inside his own area. Now he carries the ball forward. He's got 40 yards in front of him to run into. McQueen hasn't even closed him down. He's still going to the halfway line. Slows it down. Under pressure, Tinkler. And was he caught late there? The referee says no. Booty can get back to Mayer. Mayer clears the ball. Lovely vision to pick out Tinkler. Kenton Richardson who can carry it forward. There is a lot of space to be exploited here as he cuts into the middle, plays it forward, and he's onside. Can Wern finish it? Oh, the flag goes up. Very late flag. Well, the reason I said it was onside because the referee waited. The linesman, sorry.
If that ball's a little bit quicker from Kenton Richardson, he's in. But just a little delay on the pass. And Wern's in. Wern's offside, sorry. But promising signs, really good from Archie Mayer. Lovely release there.
My first thought, initially I thought he had mishit that, and but it was perfectly passed. There's McQueen, is fouled by Hannant.
Just see absolutely growing a little bit in confidence here.
Yeah, with just they've got a little bit of a foothold in the game. They're starting to venture higher up the pitch. Let's say 15 minutes gone. If you are just joining us here at Gateshead International Stadium and on the National League streaming service, it is Gateshead 1, Ebbsfleet United 0. Kenton Richardson with the goal. Gateshead number 5. And we were just talking before the game as well that we want to put in some impressive performances to try and get back in the England C squad. Well, he started well today.
He certainly has. Kenton, he's someone I think could play higher level. I think he's got that in him. And you look at his performances last season, his pace at the back and his ability, as we've already seen in this game, to bring it out. And it's no surprise that he's been recognised by that England C side.
Well, Tinkler under pressure gives it back to Archie Mayer. Instantly Story shows for space there, but he goes to Booty. Booty back to Mayer. Gateshead passing it around confidently. There's a ball to Denanga in the centre circle. He holds it up. Just needs someone to distribute it to, and he does. The ball forward is played blind by Booty, and now McQueen can drive forward with the ball. Cuts inside. He's got the man on the overlap on the far side. I think it's Wakely. Oh, and he just couldn't get to it. It was Kundal. Just if that we talk about weighted passes, if he had just got that right, he would have had a very good chance on goal.
From a Gateshead point of view, that's really frustrating because they've done so well to get themselves out of a bit of a corner. I think absolutely getting caught out here enough that Gateshead plays quickly.
Well, Han now has space to run into right hand side, cuts in with it.
Switch.
Seeing the switch, there's Hunter, but the ball overhit and out it goes for a goal kick. But you could see he was trying to pick that one out to Hunter on the far side.
But yeah, going back to the absolute chance, I mean, it's just a quality of final pass, isn't it? If it's a better pass, then in on goal and have a chance for an equaliser, but which they probably deserve after the performances have put up, the improvement in performance over the last 10 minutes.
Well, the man on the right-hand side, what that ball was intended for from Hannant, Jordan Hunter, he's settled into life in the National League quite well. As the ball comes up towards Denanga. Denanga nods it on, but was he fouled? The referee says no. It looked like a blatant push in the back from here. But we're not blessed with free players from our commentary position.
In trouble here.
O'Neill, under pressure from Wern, plays it inside. The captain, Solly, can clear this one. Only as far as Tinkler's head. Denanga's going to pick it up, nods it to Booty. Booty with nearly good touch to turn. But now Ebbsfleet on the attack. It's Dommy on the ball, plays it out to the far side. Now what can Kundal do with it? He's going to put a cross in, pulls it back across. Oh, and it's in the back of the net. It comes back off the post, and the finish was put in. And I think it might have been Polyon that got the goal there. But Gateshead, well, they got caught out by a fast move.
Yeah, people are not tracking back. I think the far side too easy. Getting in left-hand side. I don't know if Mayor's saved it. If it's hit the post, I think it's probably hit the post.
Yeah.
But just quick reactions. Look, I'll be honest, Ebbsfleet deserve to be back on level terms. They've been the better side since Gateshead went in front. It is Polyon with the goal, just confirmed there. And fair play, because it could have been easy for them to just resort after that, a retreat, after conceding that early goal. But they've got themselves back into it.
Well, the last 5 minutes, they were getting progressively higher up the pitch. And, it is 1-1 here. Polyon and Kenton Richardson with the goals. And we're only 19 minutes into the first half. But Gateshead back on the attack. Jordan Hunter couldn't keep the ball in on the far side. And it is a throw into Ebbsfleet. Well, they're building from the back. Ebbsfleet get to try and win the ball back, and appeals for a throw to Gateshead go unheard. As we await throw to be taken. Ball put over the top, but there is Story to head it back up there, and Gateshead pick up the loose ball over to Tananga. Can he finish it? Lovely save! What a reaction! Well, the stretched leg of Tananga as it come over the top. You just thought it was going to nestle in the back of the net. But Mark Cousins with, could that be save of the season on National League TV? Wow. Lightning reactions. Ball forward. Tinkler intercepts, gives it to Hannant. Story. Now Kenton Richardson can bring the ball forward. There's not as much space this time for him to run into. He pilots the ball forward. Denanga was just turning to where he's run there and didn't see the ball coming through, but Cousins can give it to O'Neill. O'Neill plays it off Wern.
No foul.
Comes back off Wern for a throw, and Ebbsfleet have a throw on our left-hand side here.
Both sides clearly going to take risk at the back, aren't they, to try and play out, and I think it just depends how brave the opposition on either side want to be with the press.
How can Gateshead react from the equaliser? But Ebbsfleet passing the ball well at the moment. Toby Edson. Can he play? Well, we talk about calamities at the back. Gateshead had one on Tuesday night. They were nearly gifted one there. And by hook or by crook, they got that ball away, Ebbsfleet. And, Cousins, his blushes were saved there.
Yeah, that was almost one of the most comical goals you could see. No danger, absolutely no danger whatsoever. And just scuffed his clearance or his attempted pass. And tell you what, he's a lucky boy, because Denanga could have had a tap in there. He's done well to get back in the end, if we're honest.
He really has.
Just as I was saying, you could see mistakes if people are brave.
Well, Gateshead looking to play from the back here. Ball up to McBride, who chests the ball, nods it down to Hunter. Hunter loses out in the battle, and now Ebbsfleet, he tries to win the ball back and gives away a free kick. A little bit of frustration there from Hunter. Ebbsfleet fans in fine voice to our left-hand side of the Tyne and Weir stand. North end of the Tyne and Weir stand. There's on the far side, Ebbsfleet trying to pass it around on the edge of the box. Can they create an opening? There's Kundal, gives it back. Gets the ball, plays it inside. Can Wakely get down with the ball? He's trying to win it. Gates play it back. The passing the way out of trouble.
Yeah,
and Kent Richardson gets the ball up to Denanga. What can he do with it? The ball stopped dead after he hit him. He managed to get to it, but couldn't get it off to a Gateshead player. And now Ebbsfleet can build from the back again themselves.
You're two very similar sides, aren't they?
Yeah.
When you look at the style of playing, both leaving spaces at the back, both trying to play out. So the
ball over the top for McQueen here on the right-hand side. He's got space to run into, but Gates get back in numbers. Story's there with him. Lunges and puts the ball out for a corner. And that was a perfectly timed one there.
Yeah, well done, Louis Story, coming across and covering. Just got caught out a little bit there, taken out of position and hadn't just not quite back up the play. That was dangerous, but well read from Louis Story and well defended.
It certainly was. Well, we have a corner to be taken to our right-hand side here. The pitch bathed in sunshine on Tyneside now.
It looks pretty obvious where this is going.
Yeah, this is going right into the 6-yard box here. Oh, it's went along the round and it's cut back, cleared though by Gateshead. And can Gateshead get onto this loose ball? Good defending from Dommy. Crowd anticipating a mistake from Cousins. He wasn't going to do that, but Solly, the captain,
he'll not be making any mistakes today. He'll be
you would think, but
careful with everything.
This is, ball goes back to Cousins again. Plays it out to, can't see the shirt number there. Number 18, Billy Clifford. It's played inside, and Gateshead lose the ball in midfield, and now creates an opportunity for Ebbsfleet to try and build something on the left-hand side. Up against Hunter, plays it back across there, but then Gateshead managed to just interrupt and disrupt, and now can bring the ball away as they drive down the right-hand side. McBride puts a ball, don't know where he put that. I think he was trying to go for an audacious lob of the keeper there, but he didn't get any sort of connection, and Cousins can just roll that ball out now. Oh, the ball there was a delayed one. Archie Mayer can just take his time, pick up the ball. Yeah, he just hesitated on that one, put the ball forward for McQueen. If he had hit it earlier, I think you might have caught Gates of defence napping there.
It's really interesting, the little battle between the two sets of wing backs here, because it's really both forced each other back. And at the moment, Ebbsfleet's two wing backs are just getting on top in this little battle, and it's giving them the momentum.
Hannon plays a lovely ball in there.
Lovely.
Oh, lovely one-touch football from Gateshead. Wern, left-hand side of the box. Can he keep it in? He can.
Yeah, he's done brilliantly there, by the way.
Just slowed the momentum somewhat, but Gateshead still in possession. Hannon got support from Wern, but he cuts inside.
Needs an option.
Plays it across to Kent Richardson, who has space to run into. The crowd saying shoot, and he's going to. He goes for it into the hands of Cousins. But 25 minutes gone. It's 1-1 here at Gateshead Stadium. And we've got a game on our hands. Our Cousins throws the ball up to Toby Edster. Edster plays the ball over the top, and now he's running forward. Don Polion, and off-flight flag goes up, but Archie Mayer was there regardless, right outside his box to head it away. He had to get on his knees to do it, but he did it. We're back underway. Tinkler has the ball, plays it forward to Wern. Wern can see the run of Hunter, or he didn't send it. It's just closed down. Francis gives the ball to Tinkler now, left-hand side of the pitch. Plays the ball through. Ditnanga holds it up. Can he get to it? Good tackle. Lost the ball though.
It's well played.
It was very well played by Billy Clifford there. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Polion, but Gateshead managed to shore things up. And now they can bring it forward. McBride, right-hand side, just slows it down, gives it back to Kent Richardson on the halfway line. Well, we have been treated to a fast-paced game with goals so far. And we're only a third of the way through. Nearly. Free kick to Ebbsfleet. As McQueen gets himself back up. Well, it's been taken. Well, the referee said that was a moving ball, that. But anyway, the game is back underway. McQueen, right-hand side. Looking for the ball back, and the ball forward is just going to trickle out for a goal kick. Well,
it's been a fascinating first 27 minutes, hasn't it?
It's been fast-flowing, it's been cagey, and it's been messy all at the same time.
I can't disagree with any of that, Dave. As much as I'd like to.
See, I sometimes get it right. But there's an animated Ian Watson there on the touchline. His Gateshead under pressure at the back, and they need to clear this ball, but the free kick has been given on Ed Francis there. And as we mentioned, Gateshead are prepared to play at the back, but when the pressure's there, they've got to move the ball a little bit quicker.
Well, this is how Gateshead play. This is what's taken them from National League North to where they are now. It's successful and it works. Yes, occasionally you will get caught out, but more often than not, I think the risk percentage isn't as high as people think, because if they can get out from the back, then they've got a great chance of exposing.
Well, Denanga and Solly having a good battle there.
And this is what happens when you go along sometimes.
Yeah.
You give the ball away too easily, and that'll frustrate the management.
Well, on Tuesday night, Archie Mayer will have an assist for his long ball through the middle. Well, Clifford has the ball. He wants movement from the men in front of him, but it's passed out to O'Neill, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Carries the ball forward a few yards. McQueen, under pressure from Hannant, plays it inside. McBride wins the ball and Gateshead on the attack now. Wern driving forward. He has Denanga in front of him. Does he make the run himself? He cuts out to the right-hand side. Shot! Oh, Wern, he's going to get a second chance. He holds the ball up, lays it back to Jordan Hunter. His shot is deflected out for a corner. And Gateshead, well, goalkeeper again, saving Ebbsfleet, because he's made some very important saves there. But Wern, lovely stuff to get himself over. The movement from Denanga to pull the defenders over. They expected the ball to go through him. Wern stepped to his right, took himself to the centre of the box. Well, all that was waiting was the finish, but the save was equally as good.
Yeah, you just think when it's opened up, he's going to score there, but good save again from Cousins.
Well, delivery going to come in from far side. It's up in the air. Is it going to fall to Hannant? It is, but now he has to regroup, reshape, and Hannant's going to bring the ball forward. Can he put it across? Goes for a chip at the keeper. Oh, just over the top of the crossbar. Looked like it was going to nestle in there. Just wouldn't dip. And, well, he's playing with a lot of confidence. Is number 19, Luke Hannant, on his return to Tyneside.
Shall we say that was a cross shot?
I think he went for the shot.
Somewhere in the middle.
Well, we're seeing Ebbsfleet play a very similar game to Gateshead here, passing out from the back, and Gateshead having to do the same press as the ball goes out, and the appeals for a foul are not given. And
surely you can't think that was a foul, surely.
No, well, Dommy, he's been told by the referee there. Get on with it. Hannant has the ball just inside his own half, lays it back to Robbie Tinkler. Game slowed down somewhat a little bit here, and the urgency has been played at a fast pace. Booty back to Tinkler. So we're seeing Booty play a little bit higher in midfield today. As Booty has the ball. Tinkler all the way back to Archie Mayer.
That's down a little bit of a lack of movement at the top end of the pitch there.
Yeah.
Gateshead being forced backwards. Just Tinkler screaming for something. Some movement, and really Denanga's just not just Marcus Denanga, but there's a few got to do a bit more top end. That's well played.
Well, there we go. Wern has dropped deep to get involved. Was he fouled? That was very well played by Wern. He knew what he was doing to get in front of O'Neill, and O'Neill now is Clifford going to get the he
stopped the free kick being taken quickly. I'll tell you what, if he carries on talking that way, he's in trouble, because he's just being booked and he's having a right go at the referee here.
It's always a needless yellow. It doesn't matter if it's your own side or the opposing side. To get yourself in the book for dissent is it's not great. 31 minutes gone into the 32nd minute. It is Gateshead 1, Ebbsfleet United 1, and we have a flowing game in front of us, end to end. But Archie Mayer, bar their opportunity where they scored, not really being forced into much action thus far. Although he has seen a lot of ball at his feet, as we know. He's the keeper sweeper.
Wow, brilliant ball.
Lovely ball to Story. Story looks up. There's McBride inside. Turns. Plays the ball through. Wern, lovely touch. It's just bounced behind him there. Nice vision from McBride. A young Scotsman who arrived in the summer. Receives the ball, but the free kick had already been given on the far side. So Mike Williamson on social media, there was an interview put out by the club that he said He loves that players have to battle to get back in this side. It's not a given. And McBride's come in. He's sitting in that Greg Ollie type of role. And, well, the captain's got a fight on his hands to get back in. He's playing rather well at the moment, McBride.
He is.
Gateshead passing around the back as Kent Richardson goes long up towards Marcus Denanga. Lovely chest, brings it down. Does very well, Denanga. He's had his shirt pulled there. Ball, crossfield ball to Wern. And now what can Wern do? Can he conjure something up? The ball just stays behind him there. Lovely roll on to Hannant. Hannant puts it into the centre, headed behind. Oh, it hasn't went out. It's still in. Hannant now has the ball. It's stayed in off the corner flag. I've never seen anything like it. As Wern lays it off to Hannant. Yeah, he's level with the corner of the box, but near the touchline. Plays it inside to Ed Francis. Back towards the halfway line to Robbie Tinkler. And, well,
great ball.
Lovely, but lovely dummy from Wern, who left it to Denanga. Denanga's going to roll this forward to Francis. Inside to Wern. It didn't have the wheels on it to get to him. But Gateshead pick up the loose ball. It's all Gateshead at the moment. And now Hannon drives forward. Plays it to, Francis wasn't expecting the ball. And out it rolls for a throw. But a nice change of gear from Gateshead.
Yeah, they look better when they're playing at pace and going forwards at pace. And I think you've just seen a little microcosm of what's probably not needed throughout the game there. That ball into Denanga, he's holding off the defender so well, and there's more movement around him. They probably need just a little bit more of that just to try and break down this defence. Again, I should say.
Yeah, well, it's been a lovely battle between Denanga and Solly so far this afternoon, but now Ebbsfleet on the attack through Edsa, plays the ball out now to Polion. Polion is on the right-hand side of the box. He hasn't got much support. He's surrounded by Gateshead players, but he manages to lay it off to Kundal. Kundal lays it away. Clifford. And, well, it was Domi actually that laid it off to Clifford, but the ball inside now. Domi gets the ball back. Domi tries to play it through. Gateshead block it. Still haven't cleared it though. Gateshead having to deal with some sustained pressure here from Ebbsfleet, but they can't get the delivery in. And Gateshead forcing the ball back, and McBride nearly got onto it. And the ball's going to come across here now to O'Neill. Oh, it isn't, sorry. It is O'Neill. The ball trying to pick out McQueen. Wern plays it off O'Neill. And yeah, let's see. They look dangerous when they get the ball moving forward quickly themselves, Ebbsfleet.
It's been a lively game, hasn't it, so far? Both sides playing exciting brand of football. It's made for a good watch. I don't think the wind's going to help.
No, it's starting to get up a little bit. I did notice on one of the balls played across the defence by Gateshead, it had to be hit with some pace for it to get there in a straight line. But this ball goes up over the head of what it called.
Oh,
it's been picked up now to Hunter. Hunter right hand side. Can he get a delivery in? Can he pick somebody out? Oh, Solly's there to clear it, but it comes back to McBride. McBride has Hunter. Hunter again. A little bit of footwork, tries to cross it in, deflected up in the air. It's going to be brought down and cleared. Only as far as a Gateshead shirt though. As Story looks to keep this ball moving in Gateshead's favour. There's now Booty. Picks the ball out to Hannon, chests it down. What can he lay it off? It just won't sit up for Gateshead on the edge of the area. We've had 3 or 4 occasions now. It just seems to skim away from the boot as Tinkler manages to get it to Wern. And Gateshead regroup and rebuild through Tinkler. Story gets it out to Hunter. Story gets the ball back, plays it inside to McBride, who's dropped deep to get in amongst the action. As we see Kent Richardson find himself on the left-hand side of the defence at the moment. Still on the ball, lays it back to Tinkler, who's in the centre, over towards Story now. Well, Gateshead lose the ball in midfield, and now Ebbsfleet on the attack. The ball intercepted, and Gateshead can try and build their own attack here now. Crossing the halfway line, McBride. He has Hunter on the right-hand side. Wern and Denanga in the centre. Needs more white shirts up there. We need Regan Booty to show as well. A little bit slow at the moment, Gateshead here. They've slowed it down a pace, but they've won a corner on the far side. Would have liked to have seen a few more shirts from midfield making that run there, Mark.
Yeah, I think you've just seen just a lack of a recovery, really. Gateshead thought on the front foot, got caught out, had to turn and recover. to get back in defensive pattern and just couldn't get back and spring forward again.
Yeah.
So it's again, I just think the ball just needs to be moved just a little bit quicker.
Well, Francis stands over on the far side. There's a load of trees behind him just outside the ground. They're bending in the wind. So we'll have to see how this delivery comes in from Wern. Comes over. It's pretty good. It's going to fall to Hannon, who gets a shot off. Deflected.
Save.
Cousins is given a goalkeeper masterclass here this afternoon. He's made them low. He's made them high. And he keeps them out. And it's another corner on the far side.
Stunning save.
Wow. What delivery will we expect this time? This time it goes short again to Wern. Wern gives it to McBride. McBride is down the line. Does he get the ball back? There's twist and turn. Was there a pull? Referee says yes.
Should have played on.
Well, someone on the bench thinks that because they've just threw a water bottle down the running track. It's good to know our ball girl isn't a little bug there. She picked up the bottle and put it on the side of the pitch.
Good job, didn't hit her.
I know. Well, free kick yet to be taken. 39 minutes gone. Level game here, 1-1. As the referee has been notified about the bottle throw. Comes over. And I think we are going to see a card here. Deservedly so as well. People on the Ebbsfleet bench not happy about that, but you can't go throwing water bottles around, especially when there's young ball boys and girls around the pitch. Second yellow of the game, both for Ebbsfleet. We're into the 40th minute. We're still waiting for this free kick to be taken. Now we're underway. Ball goes up towards Polleone, who brings the ball down, turns his man, but runs straight into Story. But the loose ball falls to a red shirt. McQueen on the right-hand side now comes up against Hannant. He cuts inside. Hannant into space. Shot straight into Archie Mayor's hands towards his chest. But nice bit of footwork from McQueen there. He left Hannant stand still.
He sort of threatened a lot, hasn't he, McQueen, without actually delivering.
Yeah.
But he does look as if he can cause Gateshead problems on this right-hand side.
Oh, poor ball by Tinkler. Uncharacteristic there, but it's been picked up by Clifford. Clifford gives it to McQueen. McQueen plays it back to O'Neill.
There's been a few of them from Gateshead, just misplaced passes.
Yeah. Well, now Wakely brings the ball forward. Gets the ball back on the underlap, and the ball comes off Booty on the far side for a throw-in.
It just feels as if there's a little bit of energy lacking in midfield from Gateshead at times.
Yeah, I think it was noticeable on that last, as I say, when the ball was turned over twice and the Gateshead midfield didn't get up to support the forward players. Ball goes out for a goal kick on the far side. Maybe half-time is coming at the right time for both teams here.
But the only problem is I'm not entirely sure how you resolve that. Because looking at the options, I mean, we're looking beside us here, and you've got Connor Panny who can play midfield, you've got Callum Whelan who can play midfield, you've got Greg Ollie who can play midfield, all of who are out injured. So
yeah,
they would be your options. But looking at the bench, I'm just
you would maybe say Tom Allen,
more of a winger though, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, Gateshead played out from the back. Story receives the ball. To Kenton Richardson, who kind of put it back to Archie Mayor, who has space now to venture out with the ball. But he just stops on the edge of his area. Still has time to pick out a pass. Tries to get it up to Jordan Hunter, headed away by Ebbsfleet. Booty tries to go up for the header, doesn't win it. And now Gateshead give away a free kick 5 yards inside their own half. And now Gateshead try and pass. A bit of argy-bargy in the stands here. As the ball goes out for a throw. Tactical debate, should we say here. Tactical debate. Some people not overly fond of Gateshead's brand of football. As exciting as it is at times. McQueen is down. And we are into the 42nd minute. If you're just joining us, it's 1-1 here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's been one of them games that's had exciting goals, and it's had a little bit of scrappiness at times. And let's say we thank you for joining us, whether you're on National League TV streaming service or if you're listening to the audio on YouTube. We do appreciate everything that you say, everything that, all the comments that have been sent in as well. And I see this is the first time myself and Mark have back for competitive football this season. Of course, we covered pre-season. The last time we had a bit of competitive football was at Wembley, but nothing better than Gateshead International Stadium, Mark. Unless you're at Old Trafford or the Bernabeu, I'd imagine they're quite nice.
Just watching now the players getting involved in this tactical conversation going on beside us.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of fans debating the McQueen is done. There is going to be a substitution here. That's a real shame. He was just starting to get into the game, really, from an Ebbsfleet side. He was, he's really hobbling. We wish him a speedy recovery.
I assume he's just gone over on it as he's went down.
I didn't actually see because the corner of the box, the dugout from our position was covering that part of the pitch. So
he's letting them make the sub.
They are making a sub, yeah.
I'm just saying he's letting them make it.
Oh, he's letting them make it. No, he's not. He's not. So there we go. So he is in some discomfort. Darren McQueen.
22 coming on.
So that is going to be Ben Chapman. So, yeah. Well, he's getting a round of applause from the team, and we stand McQueen. It's never nice to see a player leave the pitch injured. But Gateshead on the attack now. Ebbsfleet temporarily down to 10 men. Can Gateshead take advantage? Hunter gives the ball to Francis. Francis has Booty in space. Booty gives the ball to Robbie Tinkler. Tinkler the ball forward to Wern. Wern turns his man nicely, but Dommy stuck to him like glue. A lovely footwork from Wern. Drives forward with the ball. Can he lay this one off? Goes for a curling shot. And too many red shirts in front of him, but hasn't been fully cleared yet by Ebbsfleet. Passed it back to Cousins, and his kick is out of danger's way, but it's a throw to Gateshead.
I think there's possibly a reason he's put that out of play, by the way, not because of he couldn't get it high at the pitch. I think he's just wanted to get Chapman on, so they're back up to 11.
Well, there we go. So Ben Chapman comes on, looks like for like. He's went into that right wing position.
There'll be some injury time, isn't there?
Well, it looks like there will be. We're into the last 40 seconds of normal time remaining here.
That ball's on every time, to bring one of the two wide defenders out. Well, Richardson and Tinkler, they're allowed to bring the ball midway inside the Ebbsfleet half every time.
I'm from a Gateshead perspective, I'm not complaining, but Ebbsfleet, if I was a fan, I'd be a little bit annoyed to get so much room with the ball out to the far side. Hunter just couldn't keep it in. But nice vision there from, I think, was it Booty that put that through there, or McBride? McBride. But yeah, no, I think... if I was the Ebbsfleet manager, I'd be trying to stamp that out somewhat. It's just a little bit easy for the defenders to venture forward with the ball. Well, I didn't see that there. What was it? Did you see how many minutes that was? 4 minutes.
Four, I think,
Dave. There we go, yep.
I was definitely watching.
Yet again, Kent Richardson. Space to... It's Booty, actually. He's in Kent Richardson's place. Now Kent Richardson has the ball. Apologies for any confusion. Archie Mayer. Tinkler just not going to do anything silly. Gives it back to the young man on loan from Norwich City for the season. As yet again, Kent Richardson allowed to venture forward with the ball, puts it out to Hunter on the right-hand side. Booty receives the ball a little bit deeper in midfield, plays it across to Tinkler. That was good positional movement from Tinkler there to leave the ball and go back and cover the defensive position. Oh, Polly Owen has got the better of Story, and now he's got the ball. Can he get a little shot off? He's trying to lay it through, but now Clifford, edge the area, thinks it over. Chapman offside. Great save by Archie Mayer nonetheless. But that there was a mistake Gateshead made in defence there. They didn't get the ball away from underneath the feet.
Yeah, that was poor, wasn't it? Just didn't get the ball out his feet there, Story, and couldn't get the pass away quick enough and got shut down quickly.
Well, we're 2 minutes into the added on. Another 2 remain. Nice little dink there from Francis out to Tinkler. Gateshead trying to do nothing silly. Have they got one more cutting attack in them? as Archie Mayer looks to get the ball forward, takes it through the centre to Denanga. Denanga just shoots off his shins, but Wern manages to flick it out and hand just on his heels there, didn't anticipate it. And now Chapman can ping the ball forward, looking for the run of one of his forward men, but Story was there just to nod it down, and Tinkler plays it inside to Story.
There you go, now you break.
Kent Richardson has 20 yards to run into. It's still there. No one's closing him down. He's still going. Too much room for Kent Richardson as the ball's going to come across the hand, left-hand side of the box. Tries to cut in. Was he fouled? He was. And this is a good free kick opportunity here. 5 yards from the corner of the box on this left-hand side. And Gateshead will commit some of the bigger men forward as Story ventures forward, as does Robbie Tinkler. Kent Richardson's the man that's staying back. I thought he might have got up there with his height. But both Wern and Francis stand over this ball. Dying moments of the first half.
Just needs to be a quality ball in.
Well, they're back in numbers. Everyone but Polion is back inside the Ebbsfleet area here. In it comes towards the back post, and Story just couldn't get up, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick. And, well, we've got 30 seconds of normal time remaining here. And it's a first half. Let's give us goals. Let's give us action. Let's give us a little bit of a scrambled play at times from both sets of defenders. We've seen high press from both. We've seen mistakes from both. But we know both teams can be clinical in front of goal. It's the ball played forward down the line. Hannant wins the header. Francis couldn't get onto that. Clifford now. Is this the last attack of the game? 7 seconds of normal time remaining. Clifford drives forward with the ball. He's got a lot of teammates up with him. Now, Wakely on the underlap gets the ball. Can he cross it in? He's under pressure though from Hunter. And there is the half-time whistle. It's level here at Gateshead International Stadium after a goal from Kenton Richardson. Bapolion was there with a reply for Ebbsfleet. And Mark, an entertaining game. We've seen a bit moments of sloppiness from both sides, but we've seen moments of magic from both sides as well.
Very much two similar sides, aren't they? Like we said before the game, I think both like to play the same style of football. I think Ebbsfleet will probably be the slightly happier of the two sides. Gateshead, really, they've just got to make sure that they're just a bit more clarity in the play, a bit more positivity in the passing. At times, it sort of looks laboured, but there are passages of play where, particularly through Stephen Wern, where he's looked excellent in that sort of left side in number 10 role that he's playing, just off Denanga. I think they just need to get him more in the game more. McBride needs to work a little bit harder in that little pocket as well and make things happen. There's positives for both sides, but
I think for both sides as well, both sets of forwards, the ball hasn't sat up for them in the area. A lot of it's got caught underneath the studs or just bounced behind them. And obviously both sides, I mean, we're seeing that the wind has died down. In the stand here, it can't really feel it, but out there looking around the ground and outside the ground, the trees are doing backflips.
Yeah.
So I think what we're seeing is probably due to the conditions or a little bit of sloppiness. But on that said, it's been an entertaining game. We hope the second half is just as entertaining. And we're going to have a break and we're going to go radio silent here. But just before we go, we'd like to say a big thank you to our sponsors here on the Heat Army Podcast, Northern Print Solutions, and our partners at Patrick Team Sportswear. They have been absolutely fantastic. And while we're on as well, you can see a button in the middle of the screen there. That isn't the button that you can press, but it says subscribe, and we'd love you to do that. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers and hopefully get a foothold in the algorithm to reach more people who might be interested about Gateshead Football Club here on Tyneside or even worldwide. We know we've got fans all over the globe. Norway, we've got them in Michigan, we've got them in Australia, and if we can get some more, that'd be very nice. So why not subscribe, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. So see you soon. Well, you join us back here after half time. Interesting to see that the Ebbsfleet goalkeeper and the substitute have been warming up a little bit more intensely here during half time. But it looks as though we might have a substitute. I don't know. I just think looks like one of the subs has just put on a bib. Looks like he was getting stripped ready to come on. But at the moment, if you're just joining us, it is Gateshead 1, Ebbsfleet 1. And hopefully the second half continues in the same vein as the first half. We've been quite entertained. Just do a little bit of housekeeping on the podcast side. We'd love you to join us on the Heat Army podcast Wednesday night, 8 p.m. We're previewing the walking game and also talking about this game. And the quiz will be returning as well. And Davey Steele, who, of course, one of our co-hosts, he's the head warden up on the nature reserve on the Isle of May. He did have a baby puffin on this week. So, football podcast with a baby puffin. But he's gonna. Well, I'm making him. He's going to get some wildlife footage and give us a little 5-minute TED talk, as it were, on nature. It went down very well this week on the podcast. But that aside, there will be a lot of football chat. Don't you worry about that. And we might have Mark on for his bakery corner.
No,
you're
not. After you snubbed me.
After I snubbed that beautiful-looking brownie.
Oh, the hazelnut-based chocolate spreads are available.
Ah, there we go.
Unless Nutella want to sponsor us.
If they want to sponsor us, yes.
Then,
the diet would go out the window if they would like to.
Ferrero, I think it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, so we are waiting for the teams to come back out. The subs are in warming up, going through little paces. I don't think we're going to see any changes. But just at the moment, we wait the teams to come back out. But Mark, it's going to be a little bit of a delayed kick-off because it ended 4 minutes late, obviously with the added on time. And seems to be the thing this year. They're adding on a lot of minutes at the end of games, particularly at the end of the 90 minutes. On 1 second, the other day they added on, was it 8 minutes at Dagenham? Yeah. And then there was a stoppage and it ended up going to about 103 minutes. So it's, I suppose you could say it's only fair. It adds on the time that's been stopped, but it feels a little bit extreme at the moment in some games.
Yeah, I think it's going to... I think it's probably one of them that's going to settle down, like the initial hit of the added time. And I think this is across the board, by the way, from Premier League down to non-league, where the initial hit of this added on time will maybe go to the extreme. But then maybe as the season wears on, it will just die down a little bit and get back to where we were. I don't believe that there are... I mean, there were in this game, we should say, because there was injuries, there was, stoppages and stuff. But some of the games that you see, particularly in the Premier League, where there's 12, 13 minutes added on, that to me is just going to the extreme. It's not needed. So I think it was Tony Mowbray made a good point, the Sunderland manager, when they played... who did they play first? One of their first home games, Ipswich. That he said he couldn't understand how there was 4 minutes added on in the first half, and then there was 13 minutes added on in the second half. Yeah. And I think he's probably got a valid point. There can't be, unless there's a serious injury, which, can take 5-10 minutes, then I'd understand. But I think, it probably will settle down. Hopefully will at some point. But looking at this game, I think, obviously just talking to our colleague here from Ebbsfleet, it's strange to think that Gateshead have had the better chances, yet Ebbsfleet were probably the ones coming off at half time, feeling more positive, and I can't really explain that.
Yeah, it's been one of those games, but as you say, both similar styles of play, both like to try and build from the back, but we've seen a lot of pressure from both sets of forwards. Just in other news as well, former Gator player's got his first league goal, Macaulay Langstaff, who's playing against his former teammate Owen Bailey as well in that game at Doncaster. So well done to Macaulay Langstaff. Keep them goals going in.
Just signed a new contract, hasn't he?
He has, yes. Just puts his value up that little bit more if he scores 20 goals before Christmas. But we are about to get underway here for the second half. It's 1-1 if you are just joining us. Gateshead are going to be shooting towards the Fenland end, and Ebbsfleet are going to be shooting towards the River Tyne. Still quite mild here in the stand, not complaining.
Got a feeling as it gets towards full time that might change a little bit.
Quite possibly. So we are waiting for the referee's whistle. There we are. We're back underway here for the second half. Gateshead versus Ebbsfleet National League action. There's a ball over the top there, and Polyon's got behind Story. And can he get it? The shot off, pulls it back across. The shot was pulled wide though. Oh, by Greg Cundle. And well, Story just misread that one and was done by Polyon.
Yeah, Don Poliani, a fantastic goal scorer. He's looking dangerous today, isn't he? He's looking lively and causing real issues for the Gateshead defence, and no more so than that. His pace just looks to get him in behind, and once he does, it'll be difficult to catch.
If my Football Manager trivia comes into play, didn't he used to play for Blackpool? I'm sure someone will let us know. Sure, he was on Blackpool's books at one time. But Gateshead, and Hunter just couldn't get a toe on it to control it.
What I would say, and it's probably a really obvious thing to say, is that I think Gateshead are just missing Callum Whelan for that little bit of control in midfield.
Yeah.
Add
into that Greg Ollie as well.
Yeah.
Both two common influences.
It's no foul there.
Good footwork from Wakely. Tinkler, well, that was a blatant push right in front of the referee. Ball tried to play it quickly. The referees let that play on. Well, it was kicked off a Gateshead player's back. He wasn't running in front of it. But Gateshead can come away with the ball. You might say somewhat fortunately, I think. Some referees might have called that back.
I suppose in Gateshead, that's a great ball for Gateshead.
Oh, well, Whelan tries to get the loose ball, but it's well controlled by Ebbsfleet. Clifford does well, turns. O'Neill can't get on the end of that, and it is a throw-in on the far side.
In Gateshead's defence with that one, the Gateshead player was retreating.
Yeah, he wasn't looking to get in front of the ball.
With his back to the ball. Turn.
Well, there's Whelan. Oh, he's managed to dance past a few players. Oh, he goes for a shot, referee.
He hasn't given it.
It hasn't given it. It looked like he took that trailing leg when he was going to shoot. But now Gateshead back on the attack as the ball bounced off. It's going to be put out for a throw on the far side, is it? No, it's been played by Solly. Solly clears the ball. Tinkler wins it back, but it only falls to a red shirt. And now Ebbsfleet can try and build from the back as Gateshead do. Carried forward. Given out to Cundle. Cundle tries to get past Hunter. So number 15's having a battle this afternoon.
Quite surprised that wasn't given, you know. The only thing I can think of is that Werner's has kicked the floor.
Well, in real time, it looked like there was a connection, but in fairness, the ball did poke away from where the tackle came from.
Well done.
Apparently, Macaulay Langstaff has doubled his tally this afternoon. He's found his feet in the Football League, and well, that was a tackle from behind by I think that was by Domi, was it? Free kick given.
Yeah, there's
a little bit of gamesmanship going on now at the minute.
I was going to say there's some discussions going on.
Oh,
defensively with Gateshead here. Tinkler and Story having a little chat with each other.
Well, Domi is going to get a yellow card here for trying to disrupt the free kick. And no, he isn't already booked.
Who was booked first half?
It was booked in the first half was Clifford, number 18, and the manager or assistant manager was booked.
Tom Allen just been sent out to warm up here.
Maybe precaution for Wern.
Yeah, probably not a bad shout.
He seems to be moving all right, though. Yeah, he's trotting around at the moment. But Archimere has the ball at his feet. He gives it to Story, and Story lets that run, and Polyon tried to jump on it. Kenton Richardson's there, though. Clears the ball up the line now. Wern, can he turn this into attack? He can. He's got Hunter on the right-hand side. He's got Hannah on the left. Plays it through the middle, though. Denanga. Can he finish it? Whoa! Wern picks up the loose ball. It's cleared off the line. And, well, I thought the bear was about to roar. And Denanga did everything right there. Just hit the underside of the bar. That strikes the Gateshead fans into voice as Tinkler has the ball about 45 yards out. He wants to keep this ball moving forward as Wern leaves the dummy. Just Denanga didn't run onto it, but the ball's played back to Cousins. And his clearance is strong and powerful up the pitch. But Tinkler's there to win the header, but it will fall to Clifford.
That's good.
McBride just Just had the hand on the shoulder there as the arm come round, as the leg come round. O'Neill brings the ball forward. Right hand side. Chapman plays it forward for O'Neill. He's in too much space here. Can he pick out a teammate? He can. It goes through the legs, but it falls to Clifford on the edge of the box. Goes for his shot. Straight into the hands of Archie Mayer. And while Gateshead, they were picked up and quite easily there. It was a lovely ball through from Chapman for the run O'Neill. And, well, on a better day, he might have picked out a teammate there.
Sorry, I'm just trying to take what we've just seen the last 6 seconds. Yeah, you're right. It's, you probably should do a little bit better once he's broken into that the right-hand side of the Gateshead area. Looking at Denanga's chance, I mean, Denanga's in the sort of form where if he gets that sort of chance, you just expect the net to ripple, and he's done everything right. He's just got probably a little bit too much on it.
It's just 2 inches too much on it.
If we can use the usual, I guess, commentator thing, it would be that he's probably hit it too well.
Yeah.
If he scuffs it a little bit, he probably goes on the roof of the net rather than hitting the bar. But it's a great effort. And Stephen Wern, as I said, first off, I think for me, Gateshead just need to get him in the game as much as possible because he's a threat every time.
Dommy needs to be a little bit careful. There's a little bit of pushing going on there off the ball, but this is the moment that's driving forward. Ebbsfleet now plays the ball through to Pollyone. He was wiped out. He's played it on. Pollyone tried a lovely tackle. Great tackle from Kenton Richardson. And well, the referee, he did right there to play it on.
Yeah, Gateshead again, just very naive at the back there. Just caught a bit flat. It's a brilliant tackle from Richardson, and exactly why he's in that back line for that pace. And
well, it looks like Story might get a caution here. Yellow card, first one for Gateshead. For you, Louis Story. But Ebbsfleet have a corner on the far side. Well, referee's in position. Whistle goes. We can get underway. We wait the delivery. They've put some tight ones in towards the near post, and that one's the same, but it's low and a little flick through. And the ball goes straight out for a goal kick.
I'll tell you what, that's a corner, by the way. I'm fairly certain that's a Gateshead defender on the way through.
I'm not too sure myself.
Are there replays?
Unfortunately not.
Not sure replays?
No. Be nice if we could have one though, wouldn't it?
No, I don't mean for us. I mean for people watching.
Oh, for people watching, there might be. If anyone could let us know that's watching on National League TV. If that took a deflection through, I thought they spun round, but it's an audacious little flick though. Nearly came off for Ebbsfleet. Well, Kent Richardson kind of played that a little bit blind, but it came off for Gateshead. Throw in. Movement. Ed Francis can show. The ball goes up to Denanga. Kent Richardson puts it over the top. McBride, can it get there? Denanga, can it? It falls back to Richardson. Richardson gets it to Tinkler. Wern gives it back to Tinkler now. Hannant playing left wing back. Cuts inside with the ball, plays the ball through. Booty, just tried to get out of control and caught Clifford there. Clifford's rolling round on the ground. An accidental coming together. His eyes were fixated on the ball there as he lifted his leg to bring it down. Well, Tom Allen still going through just ending a vigorous warm-up there. Might we see the introduction of Gateshead's number 7?
Looks as if we're talking about the injury to Stephen Wern, but he looks as if he's recovered now.
Yeah, he has. Well, Cundle in acres of space here, receives the ball on the halfway line. Under pressure from Hunter, though. Has been a good battle between the two number 15s, forcing him back. That's good pressure from Gateshead. Passed all the way back to Cousins. Now Cundle under pressure again from Hunter. This is good stuff from Gateshead. Can they make it pay? They can! They forced the error, and there was Wern to just take it off Cousins' foot into an empty net. And Gateshead have took the lead here, 2-1.
Yeah, we speak about it all the time. Normally from Gateshead's point of view, there is always a slight risk playing out from the back. But what you should say, that's wonderful pressure from Gateshead. Brilliant, forcing them high, being nice and brave, forcing the error. Yes, it is an error, but it's been punished.
It all stemmed from Hunter on Kundal, pushing him back. Then Kundal got the ball back, pushed him back again, and there was the finish. Easy as anything for Wern, just to take it off the toes of Cousins, and it is 2-1 here at Gateshead International Stadium.
Now you want Gateshead to go on and really take control of this game. They've had a slight bit of luck to get themselves back in front. Now can they go in and really hammer home that advantage?
Well, 56 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Ebbsfleet United 1.
You know, Cousins has had a weird game because he's made some absolutely brilliant saves, some really top-class saves, but he could have also given 2 goals away with the one we saw first off where he just cleared off the line before Denanga tapped it in, and that's almost a carbon copy, but it's just been punished.
It's fine margins.
One of their players is down.
Yeah, I think it might be Clifford, is it? Yeah, he's back up on his feet. It's fine margins. Both teams play a very similar brand of football. They're prepared to pass it around the back, and not every team will press. Not every team will get success from the press, but if you make life hard, and there was Wern at the right place at the right time just to take it off Cousins' feet, and I don't think he was expecting the ball back, in all fairness.
Well, he should have done, because he was pretty much the only pass on.
Well,
McBride made a great run there.
McBride holds the ball up, lays it off to Hunter. Hunter strides forward with it. Lovely ball out to Hannant on the far side, brings it down well, comes up against Chapman. What can Hannant conjure up? He takes it down to the dead ball line, pulls the ball back across. It's deep. Hunter tries to bring it down. Kundal clears it, but only as far as Kenton Richardson, who's going to keep the ball in on the touchline. Puts a cross into the box himself. It's deep, headed down. Now it can be cleared.
Go and press again.
It certainly is. It's Denanga.
Don't keep pressing.
Well, there we go. Ed Francis getting in on the pressure as well. Ball played forward. Nobody there, and Gateshead will resume possession.
Yeah, that's really good from Gateshead again. That high press, really effective second half. It looks as if there's a bit more intensity on the press. That's what you're seeing, forcing the errors, forcing the long balls rather than the neat passing patterns coming out. Really good.
Well, you can see they're playing with a bit of confidence now. Both Hunter and Hannon sitting high on the wings. Now Wern has it in the centre, lays it off to McBride. Can he get a shot off? He can, deflected. It's going to fall to Hunter here on the right-hand side, who has support. Lays it back to Richardson on the halfway line, though.
You just feel a little pressure from Gateshead, and you just feel that they've got to get another goal while they're on top.
As I mentioned there, you just look at Hunter. He's just pulling himself away from Kundal here on the right-hand side, waiting for a ball. Robbie Tinkler. Oh, was he fouled there? Referee says no. Tackle from behind, and the ball play on as Wright has the ball. Played forward, and there's a slip. Now Wern can drive forward.
Oh, what?
How on earth? The Gateshead...
He slipped.
A player slipped on the ball backwards onto his backside, is the only way to describe it. You will have seen it on the stream if you're watching. And the referee give a free kick. I've never seen anything like it. Wow. I don't like to criticise referees, but that was a shocker. I know if he uses the excuse he pulled it back for...
He can't use it because he's given a free kick.
Yep.
He's given a free kick.
And it was another 15 yards further over the pitch, but... We're 14 minutes into the second half. Gateshead 2, Ebbsfleet 1.
Another sub coming on here as well. Looks like Usise coming on.
Oh. It's now Wakely.
Oh
my word. The referee. Well, McBride and Wakely went down in a heap after the ball was cleared. Josh Wright. There's a ball to Wakely. Wakely stays on his feet this time as Gateshead try and win the ball back, and the ball goes out. It's a Gateshead throw. Well, Booty had to stand firm there. But Domi, he's not a happy fella out there. Kent Richardson plays it across to Archie Mayer. Didn't have my heart in my mouth at all. There's Francis. Francis plays the ball
I'm going to jump in here, Dick. There's people behind us saying get it up and lump it. I'm sorry, but it's absolutely pointless Gateshead playing that way because they haven't got a target man. Denanga will work hard, but he's not a target man in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
There are two players up front. They're trying to play out from the back as they have done continuously. Now it's gone forward.
There you go.
Lost it.
So
There's your classic example. It's your classic example.
Gateshead play better on the deck, and unfortunately that pass went astray, and now Cundall tries to play it through, deflected, back towards the defence. It's stayed in, hasn't went out yet. Wakely does well, gets it back to the keeper, and Cousins this time strong and firm and clears it. But Booty's header,
push.
Well, that's referee. I'm sure he actually laughed there. Well,
tell you what, I think that was a foul as well.
I think the referee needs to get a little grip of this game. A little bit of a backbone, as it were, on some decisions.
You just need to get control.
And that's for both sides. That's not rose-tinted. When you see things happening like that, frustrations will go in. We don't want to see anyone get injured. There's a ball over the top looking for Hannant. Ball's just going to skip away, and Hannant couldn't keep it in. He's going to book Hannant. He's going to book Hannant. He's going to book him. Wow.
They're playing multi-ball.
Wow. Well, this referee, he's made himself centre of attention today, has Paul Marsden.
So it's 8 for 18.
Well, there you go. Well, Clifford comes off, and he's going to be replaced by a player 3 foot taller than him in Usisi. He's a big lad. Well, dare I say, the way this is going, you wouldn't expect a red card. That's what I meant. You wouldn't be shocked. I mean,
it's just a lot of niggly.
It's needless, and it could be stamped out with a little bit of authority.
It's a great header.
Oh, lovely stuff there. Gateshead now back in possession. Richardson, he's got Hunter and acres of space, but he carries on with himself. He's going to put it out to the far side. Wern out to Hannant. Can Hannant
got a switch on? Someone brings.
Oh, lovely ball to Wern. Wern got Cisse with him. Plays it inside now. What can Hannant do? He scored from this area. He's laid it off to McBride. Gateshead with sustained pressure now.
Turn and go.
McBride. Oh, he's run into Chapman, and Chapman clears it, but Gateshead back in control straight away. Sitting very deep, trying to push out Ebbsfleet. Hunter cuts inside with it. He needs some help. Lovely footwork from Hunter. Gets past his man. Can he get the cross in? He can.
Oh, it's a great block,
Solly, the captain. If they didn't get that ankle to it, it was going to fall to Denanga on the penalty spot.
Here's a press again.
Well, the ball forward. Nice win in the air by Booty. It's going to fall to Gateshead though. Now, lovely flick. Wern, he's through on goal. Can he finish it? Oh, he's took it to full penalty. He's given it. Cousins brought him down. He knew he had to take it out wide, and Cousins' outstretched arm just catches the feet of Wern, and down he goes, and it is a penalty, and it looks like Wern is going to be the man to take it here. Wow. 19 minutes into the second half. The Ebbsfleet United players are remonstrating. So is the goalkeeper, and I find it hard to them what we've got to argue about there, but they were closer than us, in fairness, but the penalty has been given.
It looked different from here, didn't it?
It did. Well, Wern stands, places the ball down on the penalty spot.
There's another booking. Keeper Clifford's being booked.
Well, Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins, sorry.
Yeah, well, Wern stands over the ball, and we are about to see if he can convert this penalty to make it 3-1. Whistle's blown. Wern steps forward, puts it into the back of the net. A cheeky little dip right down the centre, and Gateshead make it 3-1 here at home to Ebbsfleet.
Stephen Wern just makes Gateshead tick, doesn't he? A lot of people spoke about who would make Gateshead tick in that way after Adam Campbell left. And I think you're seeing here that it is very much Steve Wern is that man. Just playing in that little pocket in behind Denanga. It's caused all sorts of problems on a hat-trick now as well, we shouldn't forget. And it's a lovely penalty. Very cool. He's a danger man.
The keeper committed before he...
did. You could see he's looked up, hasn't he, just as he's taken him.
Well, there we go.
Well, you feel Gateshead needed that goal, but now what can they go and do? Is the case of sitting back on the 2-goal lead like they did last time against Boreham Wood, or do they go and try and really press home that advantage? But the second half's been excellent so far from
I
Gateshead.
think you've got to build on it if you, from a personal standpoint. I think if you're playing well, keep it going. Don't rest on your laurels. But a free kick's been given on the far side. Wern. Man, then I thought he was going to get another card. He's been very card happy in this second half.
Oh, he did it twice, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's run into his pocket, then not giving anything.
Well, O'Neill lays it off to Josh Wright. There's a poor ball, and Wern, he's danced past him now. He's got Denanga in the middle, and now Wern, if he looks up, he can play it through. Ed Francis to Denanga. Can Denanga put it in? Oh, it's been cleared off the line by Cisse, and now Booty nearly brought it down, but Josh Wright can bring it away, puts it over the top, looking for the Napoleon.
Brilliant.
And beautiful, controlled, calm defending from Kenton Richardson. Back to man. He's got the ball back already. He's on the way up the pitch. McBride, he's seen the run of Hunter. He's onside, but can he keep this ball in? He can.
Oh, what a ball!
What a ball! I don't know if Denanga thought he was actually going to keep that in there. Just needed a lunge at it.
He's got to score there, Denanga. Stephen
handball. Well,
in Rutledge warming up, you wonder if you might see him come on, get a chance.
Well,
I do think Denanga's had a very good second half, by the way. He's working very hard at the top end and trying to make things happen.
People might think he's had a bit of a quiet game, but as I mentioned in the first half, when Stephen Wern had an opportunity when Cousins made a great save, he pulled the defence over because they were following the run of him. And I think sometimes the lone striker does maybe get forgotten about in their role and how they can dictate and move a defence with them. They dictate where the passenger player is going.
You've got to be unselfish. You've got to be unselfish at times. There's that lead man where you've got to make runs where you know you're not going to score, but you're creating space for those around you. And that's why Stephen Wern's having such a good second half, because Denanga's runs are just opening a little pocket of space. He's forcing defenders to track him and open up things where Wern is clever enough to get in those spaces and really make an impact in the way he has. But like I said, I do wonder if Rutledge may come on for the last 20 possibly.
Well, at the moment, it's quite rosy for Gateshead at the moment. 3-1 scoreline. We've got about 27 minutes left here in the second half.
I mean, Stephen Wern's he's been exceptional today.
In the first half, he could have had 2 goals if it wasn't for fantastic saves and great goalkeeping from Mark Cousins, who on another day, I feel might have kept a clean sheet. But at the moment, Gateshead passing it around the left-hand side as Hannon opens up, he's going forward, pulls it back, McBride leaves it.
Took it off, wasn't it?
Well, at the moment, Gateshead, they're enjoying themselves out there, but they need to be careful. As now they're on the movers. Kundal plays it through for Polyoen, but the ball wasn't the greatest, and Kent Richardson can get across there and just sweep up and play that ball down the line, and wasn't kept in. Out it goes for a throw on the far side.
That, Hannon, I think, has the beating of the fullback every time, by the way, with his pace. And I think Hunter and Hannon in the second half have improved massively, and they've taken the game to Ebbsfleet. Well,
you can see that the more, I'm not going to say polar opposites, but the polar opposites on the pitch, because they're moving up at the same time. They're both level at any time, and the high outlet for the defenders in midfield is really helping us. Denang, it's all right. He does well. It just wouldn't go with his foot. It has now, though. Wern looks up, and now he's going to pick out Hunter. Oh, he didn't. Sorry, McBride. Now he can pick out Hunter.
That's lovely.
Beautiful stuff. Plays the ball forward to McBride. Can he pull it back? Oh, and Gateshead.
Yeah, it's a foul.
Yeah, it is. It's after the ball had went away, they did catch him.
I think it's just because he's because he's he hasn't went down.
Barry Lee says that Wern and Ollie will be deadly if they can both stay fit this season. Well, at the moment, it's a harsh thing to say. He's not being missed at the moment, and that will drive Greg Ollie on to get back out there.
Well, that's what
a lot.
You need competition. I think Greg Ollie gets back on this side, if I'm honest.
Yeah. But that's what you want. You want your new players to settle in, and McBride has done that thus far. So has Wern. Oh, Booty wins the ball. Oh my word! Well, Mike Williamson can't quite believe that decision himself as he grips handfuls of his own hair. Well, the referee wants it moved back 3 inches. Josh Wright gets the ball forward, gets the ball back. Wakely plays it to his teammate Edsa. Edsa still on the ball. O'Neill is down the right-hand side at the moment, and the ball to Chapman came at a million miles an hour, and out it goes for a throw on the far side. Well, we've got 25 minutes remaining here in the first half. Gateshead 3-1. If you are just joining us here, Gateshead National Stadium. Haven't heard a crowd announced yet, but it looks quite healthy, Mark.
It does. Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to some of the stick going in from the officials. It's very funny.
Well, terrace banter. But at the moment, Gateshead fans have little to complain about. Ebbsfleet fans, do feel for them. They've travelled a long way today, but the game's not over yet. There's Regan Booty puts the ball over the top.
He's nowhere
Lovely
near
stuff.
offside.
Wern, can he keep it in? It just runs away. He was hugging the touchline. There's a lovely ball over the top, just rolled out.
Luke O'Neill's hand went up there more in hope, I think, in desperation. Than, yeah.
He looks a tired individual this afternoon. He's put a lot of
don't foul there.
steps it well. Oh, good. The referee gives a free kick, and Mike Williamson, I tell you what, there's a yellow card there now. That is for Josh Wright.
It's not December, is it? It's getting towards Christmas with these amount of cards being given out here.
Josh Wright was arguing then. He got a yellow card, unless it was McBride.
It was McBride.
It was McBride.
Yeah, it was McBride, but I have no idea why.
Well, Mike Williamson has been very vocal down there, and the fourth official is having words with him.
More cards and Clintons.
Pulling out some good one-liners there, Mark, as the ball out towards
Kundal
just goes out.
I'd say I'd learn from the best, but I've learned from you.
Yeah, I know. I've got a corker lined up with when Booty scores, I tell you.
Oh, I hope I'm not in that game.
Yeah, you will be. But would like to say thank you to everyone that has joined us on the National League TV stream. It's always a pleasure to provide commentary. As the ball goes out to the far side to Robbie Tinkler. Carries the ball forward. Wern turns. Looks for movement. His ball through to McBride would have been blocked there. He was the man that seemed to have the best space, but Gateshead still build from the back. And also a massive thank you to anyone that has joined us on the audio stream as well.
Oh, lovely. Now where's the run?
Denanga, lovely little touch there. Now the ball forward. Oh, well, Booty and McBride.
There's that pressure again.
Oh, lovely stuff from Hunter. He's got a great engine on him as Hunter. Relentless, lovely ball through to McBride. Oh, O'Neill just got there to get it off him, but the ball's just fallen into a black and white shirt every time now it's cleared.
You're just seeing a little bit of swagger come back from Gateshead here. We saw it in the back end of last season where there was little things that were coming off, and you're just starting to see little bits of them come in. And Billy Chadwick's coming on. I wouldn't be surprised if that's McBride coming off possibly.
Yeah, I'd like to see Denanga stay on. I think he's doing good work up there, and it would be nice to have that option of another forward man with him up there to work off. Ball across here to Hunter. Has to change his run to get back to it. And now Richardson cuts in.
It's opened up,
drives forward. Oh, ball through to Wern. Can he get his hat trick? Oh, pulls it wide. Oh, well, the form he's in. You wouldn't have been shocked if that nestled in the top corner. But we are going to see a substitution here. And it is going to be McBride. That comes off. And he's put a fantastic shift in today. He's looked creative. He's looked fast. He's looked strong. And he looks like he's settled into life here in Tyneside since arriving from Rafe Rovers.
So coming on for Ebbsfleet as well.
Yeah, substitution coming on. It looks like it is Shaquille Colthurst. It's going to be coming on. I didn't see him come off. Number 2, O'Neill.
Yeah.
So they've went for a change in formation here. Looks like they've went 4-3-3.
Substitutions there. Going on for Ebbsfleet United, number 2, Luke O'Neill, being replaced by number 25,
Well,
Shaq Cooper.
wait for this goal kick to be taken. Gateshead with a high press, but the ball goes long.
21, Conor
Ball
McBride,
bounces over
by number 23,
everyone, but Louis Story is going to be there to get the ball back moving. Ed Francis shows, gives it to Tinkler. Tinkler just gets a caught underneath his feet.
Oh.
Lovely turn. He's been watching Cruyff videos from the 70s. There's now Billy Chadwick gets his first touch of the ball, gets past his man, still going, lays it off to Hannant. Ball up, and was asking a lot of Dinanga that one there, but Ebbsfleet now trying to get the ball moving themselves, but a wayward pass to Wern. Gateshead, Hunter, his ball was wayward as well. There's Wakely under pressure from Wern. This is great. 3-1 up and keeping the defenders to keep it in their own corner like they're trying to end the game here.
Holding them.
Well, the referee and the linesman didn't see it, but Wern needs to keep playing till the whistle as Ebbsfleet try and break here. Ball over the top. It's going to fall. Hannant. Tell you what, Hannant, we know he's very much an attacking player. He's playing left wing back. Tell you what, he's put the work in today.
Yeah, second half in particular, I think he's been good, just keeping things tight defensively.
Chadwick gets it to Dinanga. Dinanga's going to put it out to Hannant. Can we get a delivery in there? Dinanga makes his way back into the box. Chadwick shows. Chadwick gets some space. Can he unleash one? Whoa! Well, I was just about to perforate the eardrums of everybody watching that. That was a sweet strike, but wide it went.
One of those where you're just waiting for that net to nestle, aren't you? Because he's cut inside and he's got a great opportunity. I think it's just opened up for him. And
lovely pass from Kenton Richardson out to Hannant, and Hannant does well to hold off Josh Wright, but his ball wasn't the greatest, and it gives Ebbsfleet the opportunity. But Tinkler battling. Now Cisse carries the ball forward, gets it out to Kundal. Kundal tries to cut in. Hunter does very well to push him back. Wakely. It's the first time we've seen Ebbsfleet get forward in numbers for a while as Josh Wright plays it across as the sun comes out.
Magnate coming on.
Well, now ball played forward through. It was a good one for Chapman to get onto, but there you go. There's Hannant back doing
I was going to say it's going to have to be a follow, it's a penalty.
Yeah, he's doing the dirty work there and got himself in front of it. Carl Magnate is going to come on. Although the fourth official, I think he forgets about the people behind him here. He is up now. There we are. So it's going to be Robbie Tinkler that comes off. Don't know if he's carrying a knock. There he is.
He went down about 20 minutes ago, didn't he?
Right,
It looks like a bad one. He's hobbling off a little bit. Fortunately, there's no midweeker, is there?
Yeah, looks like it's just stiffened up somewhat. But he comes off and a capable replacement comes on in Carl Magnate. We've got 12 minutes of normal time remaining.
Number 2, Robbie Tinkler, being replaced by number 32, Carl Magnate.
Someone said they'd missed the sub for Chadwick. It was McBride. That left the pitch earlier on. Is a lovely crossfield ball. Can he bring it down? Lovely. Now Hannant has space to run into. Chadwick shows. Now Chadwick can try and open up on the left, but he cuts in. Lovely stuff. Is he going to go for another curling shot? Tried to pick out Wern as Francis stands tall with Dommy, and now they can bring the ball forward. Ebbsfleet right hand side plays it down the line. There's the run of Polio, but Kenton Richardson, lovely stuff, just arced his body.
Kenton Richardson had a great game today at the back. He's been excellent defensively. He's reading the game. He's brought the ball out effectively. He's joined up with a player in midfield and with the forwards. I think he's had
a goal to boot.
A goal to boot, yeah.
Well, ball forward. Fortunately falls to Gateshead as Booty lays it off to Wern, and Gateshead on the attack. Hunter on the left hand side, but it's put out to Hannant. So Hannant on the left hand side, Hunter was on the right. Played inside to Chadwick. Chadwick's linking up well with Hannant so far since coming on that left hand side. Chadwick lays it back to Francis. Oh, lovely ball through. Chadwick wins a corner though. Does he? No. Yes, he has.
I could be wrong, but I'm going to guess Billy Chadwick's fan club's in. Because every time he's got the ball, I can hear it. Come on, Billy.
I'll tell you what, he's looked a little live wire since he's come on, and the link-up play with Hannant has been quite pleasing to see as well. Well, Chadwick's going to be the man on corner duty. Hannant is showing for a short one, but ushered back.
Oh, Magna's been fouled.
In it comes, headed clear by the captain, Solly. It's going to fall to Hannant, who brings it down well. Oh, it does well to get it to Booty.
It's all right.
Gateshead just calmly build as Magni shows on the right-hand side here. Back to Kenton, who tries to pick out Denanga, but Wakely read that well. Story brings it down the centre circle, does some keep-ups.
I really like Gateshead's energy. They put a lot of hard work in today, but the energy just hasn't dipped at all. They've kept pressing and pressing.
Wow. Hannant now comes up against Josh Wright. He's got Chadwick there, but no, lovely. Tries to think the keeper. Oh, and tell you what, Cousins, he nearly got caught. And that was good vision from Hannant. It's a cheeky one, but it's a corner.
Hit the crossbar there, I think. He tipped it on the crossbar, no?
I think he's tipped it onto the crossbar. It looked like it. Well, we await Francis, who trots over like a pit pony. Corner on our right-hand side here. As the goal mouth is bathed in sunshine. A lot of movement. Chadwick's dancing about, but the ball goes in there. Kind of Gateshead shook it on it. Oh, Hannant was waiting for a volley there, but he's going to keep this ball in. Oh no, he hasn't. He's let it go out to throw it on the far side. An enjoyable afternoon. Gateshead Stadium thus far, as we have 9 minutes remain. By the clock in the stadium, that is. Just in case anyone's looking at the TV screen and going, well, it doesn't say that here. Well, Denanga. He's
so determined there.
Yeah, he's done so much to get the ball to other people, but Denanga now gets it to Hannant, and though the ball was just a little bit too much, and Hannant's put a shift in today. As now Gateshead apply the pressure at the top.
Again. Good pick.
No.
Good ball.
Gateshead now looking to try and carve open another opportunity, but they'll build from the back. The Gateshead way, the process. Wern drops deep to get involved, plays it back to Mayer. Nice. Lovely touch to Kenton Richardson, who brings it down. He's got too much space like the first half to run into. His ball across the other side, though, was lacking. And now Ebbsfleet try and get the ball moving forward. As Dommy brings it down, appeals for handball from Mike Williamson. Now Cundall has the ball. Polyon's in front of him. Ball played across. Josh Wright brings it down. As now Ebbsfleet look to build on the far side as Chapman looks to make something happen. Josh Wright lays it off to Chapman. Chapman goes for a shot into a crowd of people, and Gateshead can come away with the ball. Story now. Booty driving forward. He's got Wern in front of him along with Denanga. The ball across to Wern is good. Denanga's waiting. Can he get a delivery off? Or is Wern going to complete the hat trick? He's turning. He's twisting. He's going to lay it off to Hunter.
He knows. You can see that little look to the skies there.
Well, you just feel like he's going to get at least one more opportunity, Wern. And Polyoen, for all his gusto and effort, he hasn't had much service in the second half. As Wern, as Mayer puts it out to Richardson, little flick there. Oh, lovely stuff from Francis. Hunter now drives forward with the ball. He's holding his man off well. Very strong play from Hunter. Puts it in. Oh, it had to be put behind by the captain because Denanga was prowling.
You know, when we talk about the process, the way it gets to play, the style of play, you've just seen a perfect example of what's happened there. It's the quick pass from Mayer. It's the getting out wide, opening up space and exploiting that space as Ebbsfleet overcommit. That's really, in a nutshell, exactly what Gateshead trying to do.
The strength from Jordan Hunter there to hold off Cundall and then leave him in his wake as he drove forward with the ball.
Well, Dave, I always said when he was at South Shields, I thought Jordan wanted to play higher, and I think he's still got a way to go at this level. But I think you're seeing why Gateshead took a chance on him.
Chadwick gives it back to Francis. Francis plays the ball off Josh Wright, bounces out for another corner. Well, you just feel that the Ebbsfleet heads have dropped somewhat there. Enthusiasm and work rate just seems to have dropped slightly. It's now Francis puts it in. It's a good delivery there. His cousins to punch it clear, and that's going to go all the way out for a throw in on the halfway line. And well, I think let's have a little look here. I was just having a look around some scores, but I was trying to get a message that we've got actually.
Stephen Warren.
Well, Stephen Warren is the man of the match here at Gateshead International Stadium. 2 goals. It's been a fantastic second half display. And wow,
Gateshead have gone man down here.
Oh, it's Louis Story. He's limping. I think he's pulled his hamstring there, is he? He's holding it. He's remonstrating with the referee. Oh, could it be his ankle? I think his boot might have been off there, that's why he was couldn't run as well. Well, we've got a message from Keith Robson. He's listening in France. In a very hot France, should I say. Well, as Booty manages to clear it.
See how you broke the... Oh, he's
brought the free kick back. I'll tell you what, I think Story is struggling, you know. He's bent over there. But it is a free kick to Gateshead. We're in the dying minutes here. We've got 3 minutes remain of normal time. We were talking at half time about the possibility of numerous added on minutes, but there hasn't been many stoppages. So you would hope there would only be about 2 or 3 with the substitutions. Richardson gets it through to Wern, and now Gateshead on the break. He's got Hannon on the left-hand side, who he's going to pick out. As Dinanga just prowls in the middle of the penalty box. Can he get a delivery to him? As Hannon, lovely footwork. Oh, he tried to pick out the run. Oh, it's come off Billy Chadwick's face. He's got the ball still low. Josh Wright follows him over. Nice stuff from Chadwick. Keeps the ball moving. Regan Booty plays it back to Story. Story there. Well, that was a pull on the shirt, surely. Yeah. And it's a free kick. 25 yards out from the left-hand corner. And this is an opportunity for someone to have a strike if they fancy it.
Jesus, Dave.
Oh, yes.
It's ambitious.
And Cow Daly's always in France. I can confirm it's 30 degrees. He gets about. I thought he was in Portugal.
European tour.
It is. Heat on tour. Well, 2 minutes of normal time remain. Gates have a free kick. It's taken short. Oh, well, Gates have got away with that because he wants to take it again. Well, Hannon from the edge of the area, and oh, it's Solly in the thigh.
Great. Oh my God.
Well, Mark's in disbelief. The microphone goes down, but well, the man didn't go down, and the ball.
Well, it's not that, Dave. It's the fact that Regan Booty quite clearly got the ball. That's the biggest point.
Yeah, well, there's a wayward pass, and Hunter has capitalised to get on it and get Gateshead back in possession. Kieran Richardson. Not Kieran Richardson. That's a player from the past, isn't it? Not a Gateshead, though. Kenton Richardson plays the ball across to Luke Hannon. And Gateshead should see this game out with ease now as we enter the last minute here, which we're in now. As the fourth official has the board, Archie Mayer clears the ball up the pitch over the halfway line. Header won, but Gateshead pick up this possession. And Ebbsfleet now play the ball down the line. It's brought down. Story lunges, gets there, but just beaten to the ball. Dangerous stuff from Ebbsfleet, playing it across, but the ball across isn't the greatest, but Kundal will get it.
4 minutes added on, I think. Oh, good ball.
Ball in the middle. Lovely brought down by Polio. Can he get a shot away? Lays it off, unselfish.
Ed Francis.
As now they try and build down the right-hand side of the box. Pulls it in. Gateshead have to clear this. They have. There's Denanga drop deep to let it go to Wern. Wern back to Denanga and Gateshead on the attack. If Denanga looks up, you'll see Wern in acres of space. He dinks it over. Can Wern finish the hat-trick now? Yes, he can! Gateshead make it 4-1. And 7 minutes of added on time here as well. But let's not distract from the finish. The pass from Denanga. He come back to win the ball, and he turned and laid it off beautifully past 4 red shirts, and Wern calm, composed, and just placed it into the back of the net.
Now, at one point during that ball going in, did I ever suggest or think that Stephen Wern wasn't going to score there? It's a brilliant ball from Denanga. Full credit to Marcus Denanga. It's a brilliant first touch, and you just knew that he was going to stroke it home and finish.
We've seen a man of the match performance from Stephen Wern. Rightly so, he has the award. But before we go off air and towards the end of this game, I'd like to give a special mention to Kenton Richardson, who has been absolutely fantastic at the back. Jordan Hunter as well, I think, deserves a special mention. And Denanga and Hannant and all the lads have been good, but I just think they could have been in contenders for man of the match as well. But the goals do change games, and Stephen Wern, his boots are on fire today. Even though they're bright pink, they're on fire.
I think he's going to come off. I think he's going to get a chance to get a round of applause here. By the look of it. Well, I could be wrong.
It looked like 14, didn't it? We've got a 14, so... But Gateshead win the ball again. They're on the attack. Ball over the top towards Denanga. Denanga brings it down beautifully. Can he lay it off? He's got Billy Chadwick there. Chadwick controls it. Goes for the shot. Oh, it's going to fall to Wern again. Dare I say the 4th goal for him. He tries to lay it off. He has. Booty! Oh!
The best thing about that is you didn't get to use your pun when I could feel it. I could feel it ticking inside you. I could feel it.
Well, Hannant, he's putting a fine display today. He comes off, and Tom Allen is going to get about 6 minutes run out here at Gateshead International Stadium. Once again, if you are still watching on the National League streaming service, thank you for joining us today. We hope it's been a pleasurable experience, and if you're an Ebbsfleet persuasion, I'm sure you'll come back stronger in the next game. Definitely showed some strong football and a very good football inside. But today, Gateshead have just been clinical. They've found those areas, they've found those gaps, and they have capitalised.
Yeah, we quite rightly will laud Stephen Wern for an outstanding individual performance. But you look at the overall team display, particularly second half, being excellent.
Kundal puts it across there now. Can get the shot off. They have. Oh, great save from Archie, and he's given a penalty.
Well, that just sums up an awful performance from the referee.
Well, they seem to lean back into the player that was behind him and rolled round. I'd like to see a replay of it, but the initial response was that he rolled over the player. But Polio is going to put this down. Polio is standing there now above the ball. Referee is going to blow his whistle. Is he ready? Is he happy? It looks like he is. And now he's going to step up to take this penalty against Archie May. Oh, and he's missed! Oh, rattled off the top of the crossbar, and Story heads it behind for a corner. Dare I say justice was done.
I just wondered when it came down if it might have went in,
There was a part of me thinking that
break,
over the line, but now Gateshead driving forward. Tom Allen, he's got Chadwick, he's just overhit it. Oh, and he's dived in on Solly.
He hasn't give it.
He hasn't give it. And now Hunter in space gets the ball. Can we get a delivery? Is there a fifth in this side? Well, we've got 3 minutes remaining of added on time, as Magne does very well to get in front of Polio. I think Magne thought there was a shirt pull there.
the best image of the whole game is Mike Williamson stood with his hands on his head, questioning what's going on.
I know. Dare I say, he'll give himself a sunroof if he keeps grabbing any harder.
Yeah,
But
happens to the best of us.
tell us about it. Well, offside decision there. And well, we are into the final 3 minutes of added on time. And well, drama at its best. Well, what can Gateshead do? Do they have a fifth goal in them? Goes out to the far side. Tom Allen. Chadwick gets it back. Tom Allen under pressure from Cissé. Tries to turn his man. Plays it off Cissé for a throw on the far side. Well, now we're on the forward now. It's Chadwick on the far side of the box. Lays it forward now. What can Allen do? Oh, pulls it over the bar. Just leaning a little bit too far back when he struck that one. Well, get to chairman's over there in France with Keith Robson. I told him he should be watching the game. And why not with a display like this? Gated Eyes will be very happy with that. Good pressure. Played it back to Cousins, who good with his feet. Kundal won the header. Ball through, and that's an offside flag there. Very tight margins, but he had just straight off. Well, surely that is all the time added on there. The referee glanced at his wrist. Is there another goal in this game as Gateshead carry the ball forward? Turn. Booty. Back to Story. Back to Booty. Story. No, he carries. Looks to get the ball going forward. He's just saying, let's keep it calm. Back to Story. Ball through to Kenton Richardson. Hunter asks for it, and he does get it. Inside to Francis. Nice ball through to Denanga. Francis, can he put it through to Chad? Oh, that is a good ball out to Allen, actually. Can we create something here? Left-hand side of the box. Allen doing a retreat. He cuts it. Can he pull it back across? Oh, cleared off the line. How did he get that shot through, Tom Allen?
He's been lively since come on, Tom Allen, by the way.
He really has. Wow. Wow. Substitutes have given a good account of themselves coming on as well. Tom Allen has the ball. Don't know how long this referee's playing on here, but Hunter has the ball. Cries for him to shoot. We're into the 8th minute of added on time here. Dommy just manages to get the ball away. Now Kundal looks to get the ball going. Hunter does very well. Good pressure. Made him slip and put the ball out. And I think he might have jawed his knee there.
I've got to be honest, I do think Ebbsfleet 4-1 is not a true reflection of what they have in this squad. I think they are a good side. I think they're a lot better than 4-1 has looked. They've just been punished for mistakes.
Yeah,
I like the style of play. There's plenty of work rate. They've got plenty of strength as well, by the way. And I don't think they'll be.
No. I think they're not a weak side at this level by any stretch of the imagination, and they know how to play football. They will have days like this themselves where they carve open chances.
You can see they carry the momentum of last season, can't you?
You certainly can. But Gateshead run out 4-1 winners here, and what a game it's been. Stephen Wern hat-trick, Kenton Richardson with the opener, and Gateshead come away with the 3 points. Ebbsfleet on another day, they might get, they might not have been that high a scoreline, but Gateshead were clinical with their finishing, and they climb up the National League table. It's been an absolutely fantastic afternoon here at Gateshead International Stadium. I'd like to say a big thank you to Mark Carruthers for being here with me on the commentary. And a big thank you to all who viewed and who listened in. Join us next week when we are at home to Woking. And Gateshead look to carry on their momentum here. That's got them this far. Gateshead on 7 points now, looking up the table. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next time.